first-class galley flight attendant and our purser's been stabbed. And we can't get the cockpit. The door won't open.
How should the U.S. respond to such a devastating?
Well, I think they have to respond quickly and effectively. They have to find out exactly what the cause was, who did it, and they have to go after these people because there is no other choice. Obviously, the war in Iraq is a big, fat mistake, all right? It took Jeb Bush, took him 5 days before his people told him what to say, and he ultimately said it was a mistake. The war in Iraq, we spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives. We don't even have it. Iran is taking over Iraq with the second largest oil reserves in the world. We have destabilized the Middle East.
On Monday, the Obama administration and the State Department said the release of the papers detailing Saudi involvement in the 9/11 attacks and its support for al-Qaeda would damage U.S. national security and endanger citizens living abroad. Both the Obama and Bush administrations have refused to release the papers stored in a guarded vault beneath Washington, D.C. The FBI has also refused to unseal the documents. It needs to be classified, former director of the FBI Robert S. Mueller said in a secret meeting. The White House has threatened to veto legislation that would release the documents. It's difficult to imagine a scenario where the president would sign it. White House spokesman Josh Earnest told reporters on Monday. He said the bill would jeopardize international sovereignty and put the U.S. at a significant risk. Obama allies on Capitol Hill, including an unnamed Republican senator, have vowed to prevent the Senate from taking up the Justice Against Sponsors of Terrorism Act. The bill would remove Saudi Arabia's immunity in federal court and allow victims of the 9/11 attacks to sue the kingdom.
Governor Bush.
How we doing? Good.
All right, good. How you doing? I was wondering, would you be in favor of seeing the 28 pages that have been redacted from the 9/11 Commission report? Would you be wanting to see those released?
Yeah, I'd like to see them. You got them?
Well,
Andrea may have them.
Hopefully we can get them.
In order to have the bill move forward, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell would need to file procedural motions. 60 votes are required to have the bill move forward.
After 9/11, it was clear that the Congress was going to be called upon to conduct some form of an inquiry as to what happened. The decision by the leadership was to combine the intelligence committees of the House and the Senate into a single body. For the first time in the history of the Congress, that had occurred.
On April 10th, the former chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and co-chair of the bipartisan Joint Congressional Inquiry into the 9/11 attacks, Bob Graham, told CBS News he believes Saudi Arabia was behind the attacks.
What I'm trying to tell you is, so what? We did not invent corruption.
Graham said support came from the Saudi government, charities, and rich people in the country. He said that support was downplayed because of the special relationship between the United States and the Saudi Arabian kingdom. The evidence is overwhelming. For example, here's Donald Rumsfeld chomping at the bit to keep the momentum of the New World Order's tyrannical soft war moving.
We haven't had an attack here in 5 years. Hell, the perception of the threat is so low in society that it's not surprising that the behavior pattern reflects a low threat assessment. And the same thing is in Europe. There's a low threat perception. Correction for that, I suppose, is an attack.
Building 7, I often hear about. No plane hit Building 7. Why did Building 7 come down? What do you tell people?
What is Building 7?
Building 7.
I have no idea. I've never heard that.
Oh. We must never forget our fellow Americans that paid the ultimate price in a bid to end the American way, quarterbacked by a protected elite class now blackmailing the U.S. government by threatening to sell off $750 billion in U.S. assets. This obvious and inflated admission of guilt by the Saudis begs the question, how much are the 2,996 innocent fellow American lives that perished on 9/11-2001 worth to you?
What's going on, Betty? Betty, talk to me. Betty, are you there?
Jon Bowne for Infowars.com.